Yeah, please shoot your questions.
Yes, sir. So first of all, sir, I want to welcome you for you give me an opportunity for interviewing yourself. That's an amazing thing, sir. I had worked with you for 4 months of internship. That was also an amazing experience. This all helped me to land to secure a job in Axis Bank. I recently got placed. Sir. So,
That, that's a
sir,
congratulations, and it is your sincerity and hard work which has paid. We are very happy to know that you have got a job in a very flagship banking industry of India, and we wish you all the best. Me and my entire team. You have been a hard-working boy, and your rest of the batchmates were also great. Yeah, go ahead.
yes, sir. So, sir, uh, actually, I am doing this interview because of my one of my project that is scaling up ventures. So, I would like to ask you my first question. So, could you please share a bit about yourself and how your company started and what was your journey and
Sure.
how your company scaled over time?
So Debashish, let me be very straight to you. Since you have worked with me, you have seen the office, you have seen the organization, you know a lot about us. So to put it across, the story is very simple. I was working with a company called organizations which are privately owned by large conglomerates. I was heading HR for companies like Simplex Infrastructures, Adhunik, Bhushan Power and Steel, and many more. But in 2015, I thought I have acquired reasonable experience under my belt, and let me try to do something where I can be independent and I can have a flexibility of doing some experiment and some innovation. By thinking that, I took a leap of hope, and since then it's a story. We were founded in 2015, roughly. We were born like HRD India was born in 2015, and slowly and steadily, God has been kind. The industry, the leadership team of the all major companies who are our clients been kind enough to give us a lot of assignments. um, Let me be very proud in sharing this with you. Me and my team member, wherever we have worked, whatever projects we have done, uh, till now we have got more than 95% of repeat clients. It
It's
speaks for.
amazing, sir.
Yeah.
So, sir, my second question is what is your company's core strategy for scaling? What unique factor or competitive advantage sets you apart from others in the industry? As you have mentioned that 95% repetitive client, that means you have a good feedback from your uh, customers as well as your clients. So, what is your core strategy?
So we are, Devashish, we are into a service industry. So when you work in a
Yes,
service
yes, yes.
industry, you need to understand one thing. At times, client may not ask you certain things which are written in, black and white on the document or the scope, or you can say it is not written during the contract. But when you start working for the assignment, and if you find that, when the team finds it out that there are certain things which are needed to be tweaked, which are needed to be done better for the organization, and when you take the initiative without thinking about what will be the return of investment, what will be the, why we are doing this for the organization which has not been mandated to us. If you keep on building such trust, these are the nothing but trust, and when you keep on doing such things, one thing which is most important when it comes to your organization is sustainable credibility. We have a core value. We may not run behind numbers, but we do run behind quality. So sustainable credibility is built after that. Number one. Number two, since we are an HR firm, we don't try to sell employment to our candidates. We always make them understand what is the difference between employment and employability. As you are the best experienced person to be part of the system where we work.
Yes, sir.
Coming,
Yes, sir.
coming from IIM, it is a most premium institute. You have learned a lot of things in this organization which were not taught in IIM, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely, definitely.
So this is a practical test. This is a test where you whatever you learn in the book, and this we are like a ocean of case studies. We don't. Me and my team doesn't mind taking bold decisions. We have walked out from mandates where our principles were compromised. We have said goodbye to the clients by if they wanted us to compromise on certain things, which doesn't allow me to compromise on my quality. But end of the day, till now, after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months, after 6 months, we have heard from the same client that your recommendation, your emphasis, your persuasion was correct. Because we don't do things on the virtue of whimsical approach or the virtue of saying that we are right or virtue of saying my way or highway. It's a collective effort of subject experts. When we talk about collective efforts of subject experts, you surely understand that HR is a big ocean where there is a IR, there's a law, there's L&D, and similarly the business consulting is like that, right? So this is our strategy: sustainable credibility. The most important two words, but it makes all the difference. Sustainable credibility. I hope you got my answer.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Sure.
So, my third question is: in your view, can a startup scale mainly with strong funding support, even without clear core competencies? For example, in quick commerce like Zepto, Swiggy, Instamart, and Blinkit, many business models appear similar. So, what, in your opinion, really drives scaling in such cases?
It's a very typical question and a very critical question and a very smart question. We don't also treat ourselves as a large organization. We are also startup. But you let me be put it on the record. We have 100% bootstrap self-funded. We have not taken any funding, and it is not that we were not been offered funding. We were been offered funding, and people are looking forward to buy us, but we are not ready to sell because of two reasons. For instance, if I'm an old school man. Thought I don't believe if my business is nothing but it's like my child. It's like my love. You cannot share your child and love with someone till the time the child or your relationship is strong enough to face the market. You need an incubation. You need a place where your product, your service has to face the market. And when you take a funding which maybe it depends a lot which scale of place you are in, which position you are in. And let me be very blunt. You are very right. If you're not solving a problem of the society by a large, it's just an eyewash. It's just an eyewash. The companies which you have named it is just working on the convenience. I don't have to go to a shop. If the shop comes to me, I'll charge a convenience. I don't have to buy a food. If the food comes to me, I'll charge for the convenience. Convenience is not a business model. Tomorrow,
Exactly, sir.
these things will be replaced by AI. See, a lot of things are getting job cuts are happening. Tomorrow, it will be replaced by bots. Day after tomorrow, it will be replaced by drones. So, this is not a sustainable model. I'm sorry, but I'm being blunt.
Exactly, sir.
You are in a generation where you don't want to get out of a couch and you think you'll become a unicorn. Sorry, sir. Give me an example of a company which has taken a shortcut and reached to a level. I don't want to give an example which makes one of the biggest edutech company which was backed by BlackRock has gone where? I don't understand the philosophy that I'm burning money for customer retain, getting a customer acquisition cost. What is this in balance sheet? I don't understand that. I'm a conservative businessman. I understand if I make a product of 10 rupee, if I sell it in 12 rupee, I'm making 2 rupees as a gross profit. That's it. And if I'm not capable of doing it, I'm not doing business. I'm just blabbering. All these models, and this is it's a lot of bubbles have busted. It's a it's a criticism people need to. Indian startup ecosystem has to learn a lot. It has to learn a lot. A lot of IIMs do have incubation cell. Lot of, but why we are worried about Trump, giving us this, slapping us such a big, taxes and all those things. If we
Exactly.
are self-sustainable, do you think we should be worried of?
No, sir, we shouldn't.
But why we are worried of? Because our larger number of workforce they are running behind this H1B1 visa.
Exactly.
It is their convenience for which we are working in their country, right? Doing their job which they cannot do it, or whatever it is. I don't want to get into what type of job it is. I don't see that a lot of jobs being innovation. Our largest stable IT sector is gone through a recession, right? It's written everywhere. TCS has taken, dumped so much of people. TCS was supposed to be an organization which was supposed to be next to a government organization in terms of stability.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
What
Exactly.
is this? And that to the people who are not freshers. They are people who are project managers, 10, 12, 15 years of experience. Is it right? It's wrong. But who is responsible for it? You were a mechanical engineer. You took a job in IT sector. You went to abroad for what is this happening? And you make this, and you think somebody else is responsible?
No, sir.
Really, this is a
Ah,
debate.
exactly.
If
They
you
should.
are
They should.
if you are a
They are
civil
responsible for. Yes.
if you're a civil engineer, not working on building bridges and think working for some bank or some electricity department of some Nevada and trying to tally their bill and working on some XYZ things. Tomorrow you become unemployable. You are not even a civil engineer. You're not even an IT engineer.
That's a nice view, sir.
Very
Actually, they are just running for the money.
no. Money is see what is money. I am asking you, what is money? A bunch of people who have printed certain documents so that you and me don't kill each other for certain things. Money is nothing. Money is nothing. Imagine if you get a lot of money in Bangladesh or in countries like Afghanistan or in countries like Iraq or countries like wherever you name it, such difficult countries, or even in today being Russia is fighting war with which country?
Ukraine.
Ukraine. What is that? Money? Where you'll be? What you'll be eating? There's nothing to talk about. That. Money is a piece of paper. You need to create an ecosystem where you are powerful enough to respect, so that your neighbors and the globe will respect your interest. It has been a systematic brain drain for last 20, 15 to 20 years. A mass population has gone into this sector, which is okay. But what is a single innovation? I don't see any innovation. Do you see any innovation?
No, sir.
What we
No,
have
sir.
made, we have still old story that चांद पे गए थे, zero हमने बनाया. What we have made after that?
Exactly. We are living in past, sir.
No, it's the world is not living in past. World is not living in past.
Exactly, sir.
It's it's
Exactly.
it's a total control is needed. 100% control is needed. And let me be very blunt again. Control is needed. 100% control is needed. And let me be very blunt again. Government is supporting a lot of things in terms of funding and all, but such bunch of people who think they are very smart in this startup ecosystem or something, they are minting money which is nothing but profiting from the innocence of youth. This bank doesn't make print money. This is your money, my money.
Exactly.
So it needs a lot of correction. It needs a lot of regulation. It needs a lot of corporate governance. It needs a lot of stakeholder transparency. That's my take on this startup ecosystem.
So, my fourth question is how leadership styles, founder capabilities, and evolving top management teams affect scaling.
See, again, it's a very controversial question, but it's like I love to answer such questions. You cannot see end of the day, an organization is nothing but a personality or a leadership. At a certain level, the company is recognized by how the promoters or how the owners are there. If they're actually being ethical or actually being someone who runs behind the money, or somebody who's only look forward for the profit. So end of the day, the leadership of the organization is directly proportional to the value of the organization. If you walk your talk, say what you do, the company will do the same. If you commit a deadline, you don't meet it, people will have opinion about the same organization, similar manner. But it happens and decisions are made by whom? The top man, the leader, right?
Exactly, sir.
So that's my take on this question. Very simple. The personalities on the leadership level decides how the organizations are going to look like, how the organization is going to move around, how the organization is perceived, how the organization is going to be respected or may not be respected by uh, the clients or the society or the compliance government team, etc.
That's a nice view, sir. So my fifth question is, what do you see as the key challenges of startup scaling in the Indian context? Under what condition do you think scaling efforts fails? Like example, premature scaling, over expansion, misalignment of resources. What may be the reasons?
It's a combination of everything, as I mentioned to you before. The
Hmm.
the people who are deciding which startup to fund, they don't know. The people who are taking funding, they don't know. They think funding is something which is cannot should not be returned. Hardly people understand the difference between grant and funding, right? What is an incubation? What level of business you should go for funding? If it is a funding which fails, what exactly is and how much equity you have to dilute? I don't say that certain a lot of awareness is needed. A lot of senior real business industrialists who have really made something out of sweat and blood through generations and generation, they have to do handholding. It is the duty of the top leadership industrialists of the country who have to walk forward, because they have done it, did it, and beaten the system in a lot of places. They have seen a lot of recession, they have seen a lot of depression. The metal they have, you think this people who make websites and matrimonial sites or XYZ, who I don't understand whether which business of them is have seen blue or green, or a lot of them are actually in red. People who are exporting things from China and renaming and selling it, that's not industrialization, that's simply trading.
Exactly.
If you want to really learn the Indian ecosystem, talk to people, talk to industrialists, sit with them, slog with them, and understand the value. Have you heard in 5 years, 6 years, something coming from where to where? No. If it is overnight, it is, what it is. Where is Byju's today?
Sir,
Right?
it
There's
exactly.
so many questions I don't want to ask. But I know. It is a bad thing for the people who work there. It is a bad situation for students who are aspiring for their future. It is a bad thing
Exactly.
news for Indian startup. And you killed a very good educationist in the entire scenario. End of the day, whatever they were doing it of their own, they could have been contributing to the society, right?
Exactly.
So this is my piece.
So, sir, my last question, but not the least. So, what key challenges in your organization currently facing as it scales?
A lot of things, the same story. People want quality, they don't want to pay. People want top-notch things, they don't want to invest. People talk about learning and development, they don't invest in training. People want appraisers to be spot on, but they don't do appraiser system in place. People only think, these are the challenges. But I am honestly speaking, I am seeing you may delay things, but you may not avoid. India is something 140 crores people plus, and we are boiling and bubbling with energy, right, my friend? So when you boil and bubble with energy, there is a transition, there is a time where you have to be given a trajectory and a direction. And this direction and trajectory can only be given by guidance, mentoring, the training and development, giving them giving all the human resource with the right human capabilities. So that tomorrow something like a bot comes and doesn't take away job of a lot of senior people. They have families, they have people. So yes, challenges are always there. But we see every challenge as an opportunity. This AI thing, I am there on, I'm making it an announcement in public forum itself. Anybody having any issues, my company is going to work for pro bono for helping them in resettlement. Right? So, Devashish, it was pleasure speaking to you. Anything else I can add to you?
So, sir, that's nice learning experience from you once again. So
Thank
thank
you.
you, sir, for it.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Thank you very much for having me on your show, and I wish all the best to IIM Bodhgaya, and I'll surely visit your institution someday. Looking forward to meet you in
Definitely,
person.
sir.
Thank you. Goodbye. See you.
Thank
Ciao.
you. Thank you, sir.